Everyone, welcome to WFS, that is Words from Home Poetry Session organized by Writing Center of Thames International College. You may ask, what is Writing Center? Well, Writing Center is a safe haven or safe space provided by students and tutors for the students so that they can become a better writer and have confidence and grasp over the language. And the main aim of Writing Center is to make sure that students become better writers and thinkers while they're at it. So before calling our first participant, I'd like to make sure that I'd like to just notify again to everyone that make sure you mute your mic and mute your mic when someone else is speaking. That's it. And now I'd like to call our first performer for the day. Our first performer has worked as an intern in Mighty Nepal, and she has also been involved in some organization like Accountability Lab. And you would not want to mess with her because she knows karate. And without further ado, please welcome Miss Krizan Khawas.
Hello. Yes. So start. Okay.
You can start.
Hello, everybody. It's me, Krizan Khawas. So here in this words from poetry from home, I'm going to represent my some of the poems, and so the first poem I'm going to start with is "Don't Take Me." Don't take me to the path that I thought was right. With the nights way too short, the days way too long, don't take me back to the lost memory where someone else have to tell you about the same day's activity. The days where I tried making things right, instead got it all messed up as always. The days where I tried making things right, instead got it all messed up. Leaving the hands of the loved ones, holding the hands who never cared, trying to find the answers from the wall to the question I never knew. Whereas my inner me was asking a question with a question mark. Punctuality, discipline, rules, ethics that I thought were the prison for my freedom. Where I forgot that the freedom was making my life meaningless. A life without purpose that left me with nothing. Don't take me back to the life where people were rating, judging the enjoyment I had, but never really felt inside. Be sad inside, but show yourself happy outside. Live the life with the new trends, hiding yourself behind the brands once made by human that makes us now. The brand once made by human that makes us now. Don't take me to the darkness, full of lights that made my existence invisible. The darkness that extinguished the flame inside me because of my own karma. Running away from the reality, hiding my feelings with synthetic emotions again and again. Take me back to the time when my soul was pure as River Ganga, where I believed the existence of God, where I enjoyed myself, where the life was beyond the ocean of the brands. Take me back to the night where I lost my virginity in the name of love, the love that just meant about sex and fantasies, the love that just meant about sex and fantasies where I didn't have any identity crisis. Take me back where the God still exists. And also I got a second poem. So I'd like to start. That is thank Dear you. Thank you for your disappearance from my life. The life that was so entangled, just like the earphones that I hardly find in my hands. Thank you for your beautiful time you gave that came to be a nightmare rather than being a memory. Thank you for showing me your face behind the mask where my fictional existence was only left behind. Thank you for your so called love that built insecurities within myself. Thank you for your so called love that just built insecurities within myself. Thank you for the betrayal that showed me what matters the most for me, teaching me to bluff in front of others where inner me is drained itself. Thank you for your lost appearance that let me know that I am enough for me personally. Thank you for your lost appearance that let me know that I'm enough for me personally. Thank you for not being there in the tough time that I was going through, not showing me the gazing moon with the hands on your hands that I could ever brainstorm to see it myself. Thank you that you embark me for someone else that flourishes me. What each person got, I don't need the same. I can be unique as me myself. Thank you for making me possessive in the little relationship where I almost lost myself, leaving my calm and patient nature. Leaving my calm, patient nature. Thank you that I knew to precise me for being me, better me, where I preferred being a shadow, not the image itself. Thank you where you directed me the immense meaning of love in the form of intimacy, where someone else was looking there forward to originate the meaning of love with me, furiously, intently, that admired me for my own. Thank you for deceiving me where I was deceiving personally. The whole life, the life where sadness was equally a part of life. Thank you for deceiving me where I was deceiving personally. The whole life, the life where sadness was equally the part of life, where the sun made the sky in the earth. Thank you. Uh,
Thank you, Miss Grizan, for your beautiful poem. Uh, I wonder what is the meaning of love myself. So now, anyway, the our second participant is loves to interact with strangers on the street, and she actually follows a philosophy that I have been following since a long time, and that is she aims to be a better version of herself each passing day. So please welcome Miss Vincent Astor on the mic so that she can deliver her poem, and you can clap using the emoji feature as well. So, yeah,
Should I start?
sure.
Hello everyone, मेरो नाम Vincent Astor and I have two poems today. And the first one is English poem and another is Nepali poem. I'll be reciting first poem, English poem, and title of my poem is Define Me. Like a guest house, instead of paying, they leave something valuable for me. Before leaving, they also define me. Now it's all silence and empty. I stare blankly at my reflection on the mirror. I am reflecting on those definitions. Suddenly, a loud giggle burst out, a giggle that cleans out all the emptiness. Then my intuition speaks. As true and powerful as the time is the fact, I know myself better than anyone, and settling for anything less than I deserve. I didn't exist to accept the version of myself created by people I met yesterday only who left in the morning. I exist to prove those bunch of people how wrong they were to define me when they cannot even define themselves. I exist to tame those 100 reasons that makes life miserable with my 1,000 reasons to be not miserable. Like an eagle who is never afraid of being outnumbered, I fly solo and strong. All the love I had to pour upon the world, I poured it all on myself. There I saw how I was glowing like a full moon. Something beautiful is blooming in the rooms I had in me for people who never deserved a place in my life. Letting go of all these bad experiences, like a nightmare, I called myself back to me, whom I thought to be lost. enlighten myself in a way that no one will ever dare define who I am. It all felt like battle, and I fought. I got scars, which now I carry as my badge of glory. This is the truth, and it's gonna remain this way, even when I will be gone, even when I will be gone. So this was my first poem, and my second poem is Nepali. अनि मेरो कविताको शीर्षक छ साइनो बिनाको सम्बन्ध। साथी भन्दा पनि माथिको मान्छे तिमी, अर्को वर्ष एभरेस्ट बेस क्याम्प घुम्न जानुपर्छ ल, काठमाडौँको एउटा पनि गल्ली बाँकी नराखी घुम्नुपर्छ ल, अनि म भन्छु क्यालकटा र ग्याङ्टोक पनि जाने ल, तिमीसँग कुरा गर्दा छुट्टै खुसी प्राप्त हुन्छ। जति नै खटपट भए पनि म सधैँ तिम्रो साथ चाहन्छु, म तिमीलाई पर्खिरहनेछु, बिकज अनेस्टली आई डोन्ट वान्ट एनीवन एल्स। अनि म फुरुङ्ग हुन्छु। उपहार एउटा यस्तो दिन सक्थे त मेरो आँखाबाट तिमी मेरो लागि कति खास छौ भनेर हेर्ने खुबी दिन्थे, अनि मक्ख पर्छु म। ऊ अचानक गायब हुन्छ मेरो जीवनबाट, ऊ फर्केर आउँछ फेरि, यो प्रक्रिया चलिरहन्छ, अनि एक दिन मेरो सहनशक्तिको बात भत्किन्छ। म सोध्छु उसलाई के मजा आउँदो हो नि तिमीलाई, मन लाग्छ आऊ माया गर, मन लाग्दैन जाऊ, अनि फेरि जब तिमीलाई खुसी दिने कोही हुँदैन तब मलाई नै भेट्टाउँदा के मजा आउँदो हो नि तिमीलाई। उसको परिभाषा उसकै भाषामा दिन्छु म, स्वार्थी भनी हपार्छु म भोइस म्यासेजमा, उताबाट नमस्तेको इमोजी आउँछ, झुरमुरिएर तेरो नमस्ते तैसँग राख भन्छु म। जित्न सक्दिन योसँग भन्ने लागेर हो या आफ्नो बारे धेरै बखान गरेको सुन्न नसकेर हो ब्लक्ड, अनि ब्लक्ड हुन्छु म। उसको कुराहरू हरकतलाई नकारेर उसको मिठो बोलीमा झुलिरहने म, अनि मैले दिउँसै देखेका सारा सपना बकवास लाग्छ मलाई। कति सजिलै फेरिन्छ त्यो पापी मन भित्रको झुटो माया बकवास लाग्छ मलाई। मानसिक सन्तुलन गुमाए जस्तो सारा संसार बकवास लाग्छ मलाई। थ्याङ्क यू। पिस।
Thank you, Miss Pirsana, for your amazing poem. I've been trying to write poems in Nepali and I've failed a lot of times. It ends up being a story. I wonder how I should do that. Anyway, has anyone seen the movie Rockstar? If yes, please raise your hand. I think there's a raise your hand option as well. Anyone? Yeah, the next participant absolutely loves Imtiaz Ali, and he's the director of Rockstar, the movie. And she has a crazy talent, that is, she can touch her thumb to her forearms, and that's weird. I don't know how she does it, but still, she has been involved in a lot of activities. Like she is involved in mental health organization, and she is involved in theater, and she is involved in Leo Club as well. So without any further ado, please welcome Miss Aditi Canal to deliver her poem with a virtual clap.
Hi everyone, I am Aditi Canal. I hope all of us are safe and in good health. So I'm doing this only for the second time. The first time I did it, it was about my mother, so everyone liked it. This can be a little tricky. So the first one is called Pseudo Brightness. Now, this is about coping with loss and forgiving myself for the mistakes I've made. So I'm going to start now. I feel guilty for comparing you to the moon. I feel guilty for thinking there was nothing else worthy as a competitor for a comparison with you other than the most allegedly beautiful entity in the world. I feel guilty for glamorizing you, for glamorizing the color of your eyes to the composition of your cells. I feel guilty for beautifying not only your brightness, but also your flaws, just like how I did of the moon. Ironically so, I did. However, years have gone by, and I have realized that things that have such brightness in them, so much so as they could blind me, often lack light of their own. Just like you and the moon, just like how the moon reflects the light of the sun and you reflect the light you've so swiftly reaped from all the people you've met and left, I have realized that no such things that shine too bright shine on their own. You see, just like that, I've learned not to feel guilty about comparing you to the moon. That's the end of the first poem. The other one is a reflection of my 13-year-old self on my way to finding my self-worth. It's called Metaphors. So I'm going to start. When you are in a fight with yourself, with both your conscious and subconscious being, you constantly feel like you lack something. You feel a void. Maybe you've dropped and left behind pieces of yourself in those barren fields when you were running away from all your fears and insecurities. Maybe they're sitting there, waiting to be found. You will not go back because you're too scared. But where you'd rather go is to the doctors. Well, the doctor does what he does best. He gives you pills. Some like to call it the magic pills. Now, you see, these pills are like packaged food you buy from the grocery store. They come with an expiry date, which means they stop working after a certain period of time. And you return to what you would like to believe is your original habitat, the dark one. Now, on days when you feel like ripping the life out of yourself, you go to social media, only to scar yourself even more. Nevertheless, you set yourself up for a mission. You're determined to find something. You're constantly scrolling and searching and stalking until your thumb is numb and your eyes hurt. You're searching for something that you feel will make you feel content. But you'll never find it because what you're looking for, it does not exist. You cannot find it in a small pill or in other people or in books or movies or trees or the clouds. Because whatever you're missing is inside of you. It's crawling in your veins. It is spread throughout you, your body, your cells, because you shelter it. You are its home. This whole time, it has never left you or your body, and you don't even know. It is like a treasure, isn't it? You see, the thing with treasures is that they are hard to find, but in the end, they're always worth the grind. Thank you.
Thank you, Aditi. Uh, our next participant is Miss Rosni Tripathi, and she has helped me a lot in this event as well. She provided me all the information about the participants, other participants, and she has helped me a lot. And she is passionate about everything, is what I've heard from a lot of people. And also she is involved in a lot of things, like she is a president of Social Work Club of Thames International College, and she's also a tutor of Writing Center. So if you need any help, she is always there, open to help you out. So without waiting for any moment, please welcome Miss Rosni Tripathi with a virtual this or something like that. Please welcome her. Your audio is mute.
Oh, sorry. Hi everyone. मसँग पनि दुईटा poems छ like everyone else. So I'll start with the first one. It is called Taste of the Dark. It goes like this. It's dark outside. How do you mute Ware? It's dark outside. All I can see is. I'm sorry. It's dark outside. All I can see from the edge of my window that is left uncovered by curtain is pitch black. And reeling on the rooftop of my neighbor's house. It looks white on the daylight. But now it looks like someone drew lines with a black marker on a black chart paper. Everything I see is in the shade of black, except for moons and stars. They look like someone spilled polished rice grains from silver plate on a long black piece of cloth. and both the plate and rice grains are now lying around on the cloth. Dogs in different parts of my place are practicing beatboxing. Fireflies are adding up music to their beat. Some nocturnal birds are giving their voice. It feels like they are playing a lullaby for me. In the middle of this cradle song, I can still hear silence, or different silence, as if someone or something has stopped making sound. The silence is the background score of the lullaby. My skin can feel the occasional wind blowing. On this hot night, the sudden touch of wind on my body cools me down. And at the same time, it gives me warm feeling, like I'm safe. The atmosphere of the night wraps me inside the sounds and make me feel a lot better. Yeah, it's a different thing that I won't be feeling better the next morning due to lack of sleep. The darkness rubs my back so that I can calm down. But I remember every walk that I have kept aside to just look at this darkness, and my anxiety is back. They say air has no smell, but all I can smell right now is some fresh air. Trust me, air at night, there is smell. It smells like some freshly baked cake, like newly bought books. It smells warm and soft and warm. Another smell is coming from the kitchen. It must be some leftover food from today's dinner. This suddenly makes me want to eat something. I should probably grab something to eat. Maybe I should taste some darkness from the night. But what does night taste like? You might ask me. Oh, it doesn't have taste. Or has it? I sit by the window, smelling air, looking at the shades of black, listening to the lullaby of fireflies and dogs, and feeling touch of air on my skin. And I think, do I know what this tastes like? I think I know what it tastes like. Night tastes like desert. Just like desert marks the end of a meal, night marks the end of a day. If I have to compare a taste with a real dessert, I think it tastes like an ice cream, but Corella flavored. I know it might sound gross to you, but this bitter taste, along with the sweetness of ice cream, this is exactly how night tastes like. I feel this taste of night, and it feels like when you eat a lot and go into a nice food coma. This food coma, we call it sleep. So that was my first poem. I got a little nervous, Ismatse. I hope I won't mess up with my next poem. So next poem, it's about frustration, but I haven't really given it a name, so we can call it frustration. So yeah, frustration. I have this frustration on my head, and I feel like my head might explode anytime soon. Frustration, a feeling that I might get it right now if I start explaining what it feels like. My head doesn't feel like mine. The weight of my body suddenly becomes unbearable, and I have this sudden urge to remove it, shake it, and take out all the frustration using a brush. A brush that I once used to brush my teeth. But now that it has become old, it just lies around in one corner of my kitchen. Because I can't give up on it easily. Maybe it can be used to clean something else, if not my teeth. That something for now is the feeling on my head that we call frustration. And I'm not exaggerating when I say this. I might get it right now while explaining what it feels like. I want to remove this frustration using the same brush. I wish I could do it. I want to make the weight of my head lighter. I I want to make the weight of my head lighter. See, I wasn't exaggerating, not at all, when I said I'll get frustrated if I start explaining frustration. There is the sudden urge of moving my hands, throwing everything on my reach, this pen on my hand, the books on the table, the chair I'm sitting on right now, everything, everything. I want to say things I shouldn't be saying to you, to myself, to anyone. But this feeling on my head, I can't carry it anymore. It's too much for me. I'm sorry you had to witness all this. You saw my frustration as anger, as aggression, but no, I swear frustration is different. The anger, the aggression that you think you are seeing, it's not for you. The one who is witnessing it. No, it's not for you. Trust me, it's not for you. I'm angry with the frustration that has covered my head and has convinced me that everything sucks. I want this feeling to get out of here, not you. Trust me, I'm frustrated of this frustration and not by you. So that was my poem. Thank you.
Thank you, Rosni. You gave me an idea to make a new dish, Karela ko ice cream. I think I should try someday. Anyway, our next participant, I saw her blog post yesterday and it was amazing. And everyone, or anyone who is the audience in the Facebook, please check her blog post out. It is amazing and you can learn a lot because I certainly did learn a lot from her blog post. And she had such good grasp of grammar and everything about her writing seemed to grasp me. And ended up reading whole thing. So, and she has amazing blog. She loves to read books and her voice is so sweet that you can hear her talk all day long. And I'm sure that you'll enjoy her poem now. So please welcome Rashmi Gurung with a huge round of virtual applause.
Hi, मैले बोलेको सुनिरहेको छ होला है? So I'm Rashmi, and today I'm here to perform two of my poems. The title of my first poem is Kausi, and this one is for my mother. So, एकैछिन है, मिलायो. So the title of my first poem is Kausi, and here it goes. My dear mother, your favorite cotton sari takes a little too long to dry in this hazy winter sun. Is that why you washed it at 10 in the night, hoping the wind could help it dry a little faster? Your love for orange grows with every passing winter, so sometimes on a sunny afternoon we sit under the shade of your cotton sari as you rant about all the old news you've collected from the internet while I eat oranges and nod my head pretending it is my very first time hearing all about it. As of this moment, I forget the times you as of this moment, I forget the times you refuse to get out of the bed, the mornings you refuse to take your medicine just because it makes you sleepy. As of this moment, I refuse to believe you have ever been through so much of pain. I know how much you love basking in the sun, reading your favorite copy of Setu Dharti. Even I have come to grow a spine made full of love for books, and I am sure it came as a gift from you. Now when people ask me of my favorite season, I'll be talking about winter with your cotton sari drying in the sun and October without days spent in the cozy. Thank you. So that was my first poem, and the title of my second poem is 10 Ribs Instead of 12. And here it goes. The day I met you, I went home, and before slipping into the warmth of my November bed, I thanked God, all of the flowers in this planet, and you for walking into my life. Second day, on my bus ride to meet you, I was on my second day, on my bus ride to meet you, I was nervous thinking about what a tangled mess I am and whether or not you would be able to bear that side of me. But the moment you kissed my hand, all of my nervousness flew away like butterflies flying around in summer. So I opened up to you as easily as you skipped into the new chapter of a Charles Dickens book you were reading. My lovers who've been there to wish on my 19th birthday know how much of a pain in the ass I can be with my constant questions about my belly fat and my crooked teeth. They couldn't stand me. Especially my colorful anger that didn't take a minute to switch from burgundy flower into the red of my blood. Few of them left, leaving sloppy kisses on my cheeks, a way for me to remember them. Most of them fled away before I could even confess my I love yous and thank yous for surviving the catastrophe that was me. but none of them survived, and I was alone until you started pulling certain strings, and my burgundy flowers changed into a single tattooed flower on my skin. You constantly made me laugh, and the sound of our laugh together merged to become music to my ears. And that is how I became less of a human and more of a puppet who was only happy when you made me happy. So when you told me I had only 10 ribs instead of 12, I easily believed in you. And that is how I became less of a human and more of a puppet who was only happy when you made me happy. I shrunk into the size where no one could see me until you were standing beside me. I became you, and the single existence of a girl with anger on her nose and poetry hidden under the sleeves of a sweater was no longer there. You made me believe in soulless puppets instead of humans who could fall and bleed and heal. Seasons changed, and I became 2 years older than 19 when I finally realized that even the songs that you love dearly can make your ears bleed if you listen to it in a toxic number of times. I wanted to fall and bleed and heal. So the day you left me, I came home, slipped into the silent breeze of my summer balcony. I thanked God, all of the flowers in this planet, and you for letting me let go of you, for letting me survive. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Rasmi Gurung. You have a really unique way of delivering the poem as well, and I loved it. And now, finally, I would like to thank every one of us who I would like to thank all the participants for showing up in this event and delivering their wonderful poems. And I'd like to thank Miss Rubina ma'am and Rosni Tripathi and Miss Nasala Chitrakar for providing me with all the details of the events and connecting us with the Writing Center as well. And I'd like to thank Mr. Chandan Nayak for his technical assistance and MC Club of Themes for providing this guy as a host. And I'd also like to thank the audience for joining this session live from Facebook. And if you have any criticism or anything that you think that we can improve in further session then please comment down below as well. So with this, we have come to the end of this session. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.